What is up, everyone? DSP here with a very special video. Now, I usually don't put vlog style videos on DSPGaming. This is my gameplay only channel. However, I'm in the process of determining what should be the next game that I play as a filler game. And what I mean is, at a time when there's not enough new retail video game releases or even indie game releases to support the time that I want to be streaming and also uploading videos, I need games to play in between. Now, earlier this year, I played Dead Space 1, Grand Theft Auto 4, Resident Evil 1, Mass Effect 1, Renegade Femshep playthrough, and Uncharted Drake's Fortune. So far this year, so good. However, also I did play Shadow of the Colossus, I forgot about that. However, I do want to say that the past couple of times where I've offered these up as a poll, we haven't really had as much participation as I would have liked, to the point where when I actually started releasing the playthroughs, most of the people watching or commenting on it were saying, damn, I really wish that he was playing a different game because I really don't have much interest in this playthrough. And that's disheartening because obviously the whole reason I'm doing these series is because I want to entertain you. I made a commitment much earlier this year that I was going to try to be more interactive with my viewership. And I want to make sure that what you want is what I'm producing. So I want to have this, back and forth with you. And for the most part, some of the playthroughs, such as GTA 4 and even Dead Space 1, and so that kind of stuff people really enjoyed. But the past two that I did, Uncharted and Mass Effect 1, a lot of people were kind of upset that I played those games. The bottom line is this: I've been trying to find a polling system that works. A polling system that's easy. A polling system that everyone can participate in without having to jump through hoops. Now, previously, I was having people use my website and my forums to do so. However, it's come to light that it's just not going to work anymore. For example, the last poll, the game that won only had like 400 votes, and the ones that came in second and third tied for like maybe 300 something. So it was really not a high voted poll, and I think that's why the two games that I played ended up not being so popular when they actually were released as playthroughs. So what I want to do is I want to make it as easy for you, the YouTube viewers, as possible. Enough with the red tape. I understand that having the voting on the forums was good because it was a controlled environment and it didn't allow for cheating and stuff. But the bottom line is, if only 400 people are participating in the poll, then the poll's invalid anyway, because obviously that's not my viewer base. So what I want to do is I want to put out a poll with a lot of choices, a lot of variety, games that I want to play that are either going to be retro replays or games that I've never played for YouTube before that I think you would find entertaining. Now, here's how this is going to work. So please listen, because it's going to be really pretty important that you listen. Right now in this video, I'm going to name the games. I have the list right here of the games that are going to be candidates for the next game that I play for Downtime, which could be as early as this week because it looks like I'm quickly running out of stuff to play. The way it's going to work is after I name the games, you're going to see an annotation pop up on this video right here, whether it's above my head or around me. And in order to vote for that game, all you need to do is click on the annotation, okay? Now what that's going to do is bring you to an unlisted video for that game. So for example, if I said I was going to play, I don't know, trying to see if there's anything around. Well, G.I. Joe the video game, which doesn't exist, but that was just an example. G.I. Joe the video game. Oh, I want to see Phil play that. You'll click the annotation, it'll open a new window, it'll play a video, say, wow, congratulations, you voted for G.I. Joe. Feel free to leave in the comments of this video why you want to see me play this game. And that's going to be it. It's that simple. You click it, you vote it. Period. No hassle, no registering for forums, no going to a third-party website to try to figure out how to vote. People did recommend to me third-party websites for voting. I found out that most of them you can abuse and cheat with the voting. So if people are going to abuse and cheat, I need to make sure that at least it benefits me. So if someone's going to click on the same video 500 times because they want to get 500 votes in, well, that's fine, because at least I'm getting views for it. You know what I mean? It's a win-win. You get to easily vote for what you want to see me play, and if people cheat and it ends up that the game that no one wants to see wins because someone cheated, well, at least I kind of got a few views out of the deal. You know what I mean? Because I am going to still play the game, and if the playthrough doesn't do so well, at least I got something out of it. So I win and you win. That's the whole deal here. Now, a lot of people, I said this previously in the weekend preview this week. A lot of people might accuse, oh, he's gaming the system and this is a way to get views. And no, it's not. I've tried other avenues to do the polling. The polling's not working. So it only makes sense that the best way to do it is going to be here on YouTube, period. That's it. I have to do it on YouTube because that's where my viewership is. They don't want to go registering for my website. They don't want to go to a third-party website and try to figure out how to do it. They just want to click and have it done. Now, you might be saying to yourself, all right, Phil, well, that sounds easy enough. I'm just going to click on the annotation in this video. However, number one, I'm on a mobile device. Mobile devices don't have annotations. Now what do I do? That's okay, and I understand that. I'm also going to be listing all of these games in the description of this video. So if you're on a mobile device and you're not able to click on the annotation, look at the description of the video. You'll have the links there. All you need to do is click on the ones that you want to vote for, and you can do that. And by the way, you can vote for multiple games. You don't have to just vote for one. All you need to do is click on the links or click on the annotations, and your vote is cast by casting your view. Okay? Now, you might also say, well, that's all fine and good. However, I'd like to see the status of the poll. I'd like to see how each game is doing. You know, what game's winning? What game is really not doing so well? Did the game that I voted for, is it up in the running? And how can I do that without clicking on the other games and are accidentally giving them votes by giving them views? Okay, fair point. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a playlist of all of the options, okay? And that playlist I'm also now going to put in the description of this video. So all you need to do if you want to see the status of this poll is go to the playlist and it will list every game, you know, because it'll list every video, and there you'll be able to see how many votes each game has. Now, I have no idea how this is going to go. It could really do well and everyone participates, and so we end up with a game that everyone wants to see, and it could absolutely frigging tank because people have a backlash and, oh, I don't like this, and, oh, I don't want to click around. I don't know. I have no idea. All I know is I'm trying to do what's best for the viewers because I want you guys to participate and let me know. Give me your feedback on what you want to see me play. And it was very disappointing to me that I was playing games these past 2 times of games that won the poll or got second place in the poll, and people were like, oh, I didn't want to see this. I'm like, oh, you know, that's a missed opportunity for me because I've got a whole bunch of stuff I could have been playing that I didn't play to make room for those games. So please participate if you can. Just watch the rest of this video. I'm going to list all the games right now. Click on the annotations and or click on the description, or go to the description of this video and the links will be there that you can vote, okay? Without further ado, I have narrowed it down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games. Okay, so it's a wide variety. It's all different kinds. So there's no way people can say, well, he only picked 3 FPS games, so obviously I don't care about those, so fuck it, I'm not voting. This is like the gamut. This is the entire span of gaming. I can't see how people cannot say, okay, these are games, you know, that at least one of these I would like to see him play. Okay, so let's go through the list. The first game up as a candidate for my next Downtime game is God of War HD. This game is on the PlayStation 3. I downloaded it recently when I upgraded my PlayStation 3's hard drive. And so, it's in the running, okay? I never beat it. I played it, I got like halfway through it on PlayStation 2, and I never beat the game, so it'll be interesting to see me play it again and see if I can actually beat it this time. The next candidate is Okami HD. This is a beautiful game, a game that I never played whatsoever, but I've heard so many good things about it. I've seen the graphics, the game looks beautiful, it was remade in HD. I never got a chance to play it because this was the era of PS2 gaming that I didn't play any games besides Street Fighter, so I think people would have interest in that. In fact, I took it off the last poll and people were upset that I did, so it's back on, okay? The next game, Yakuza 4. Now I know a lot of people are saying, oh, you should have played 2 or 3 first. The bottom line is I want to play the most modern one because obviously it's going to hold up better than the others. In addition to that, I couldn't find a copy of Yakuza 3 that was like a guaranteed working condition for a reasonable price. So Yakuza 4 in the running. A lot of people said they wanted to see me play the mainstream Yakuza games. That one's in the running. Devil May Cry 3 HD. Now this is a big one that when I didn't play it after I played Devil May Cry 1 HD, everyone flipped out and had a fit. Oh my god, he never went back to it. When is he ever going to play it? And then earlier this year when I played the Devil May Cry reboot, a lot of people said, oh, you should have just played Devil May Cry 3. I don't understand. But it was funny because then when I put this in the poll, the last poll on my forum, not a lot of people voted for it. Now, is that because not a lot of people want me to see me play it, or is it because not a lot of people who want to see me play it registered on my forums to vote on that poll? We're going to find out in this poll. So that's a candidate. Up next, we've got Hitman 2 HD. Now, why Hitman 2? It's because I got the Hitman collection, and Hitman 2 is the first game in the series here that's in the HD collection. It's Hitman 2 Silent Assassin, I believe is the name of it. Yes. So I bought the HD collection but didn't play it because honestly I had just played Hitman Absolution. I was like, I don't want to rush into another Hitman game, but this may be something you want to see me play for Downtime. So let me know if you want to see me play Hitman 2 HD. I'm interested in it. The next candidate, I actually have it over here, but I'm not going to bother pulling it out, is Saints Row 2. Now, Saints Row 2 was a game that I have played on YouTube. It was one of the first games I played on YouTube, but I didn't do a full playthrough. I did kind of like a mini playthrough where I did excerpts of the things that I thought were entertaining, like the mini games and some of the story-based missions, but I never recorded a full playthrough of it. And that might be something that people want to see me do, especially because we've got Saints Row 4 coming up in just a few short months. The next one, Spider-Man Web of Shadows. Now this one is a no-brainer. It was one of the first games I ever played on YouTube. Again, another game I did not do a full playthrough of. However, the videos of Spider-Man Web of Shadows are some of the highest viewed ever of mine on YouTube. One of them has like over 2 million views, okay? And I don't know what it is, whatever, with these Spider-Man videos, for whatever reason, they go like viral, and they become like huge view things. Like the other one was a Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, Part 1. That playthrough has like almost 2 million views on it, part 1 of it, which I don't understand. But the cool thing is, I mean, I would love to redo that as a full playthrough. I didn't. I only did, again, boss fights, excerpts, never did a full playthrough of the game, and I think people might enjoy that, to see me go back to my roots and play a game from the beginning, similar to how I did with Dead Space, the original Dead Space. Resident Evil 2. Now, it's not an HD remake. There never was an HD remake of Resident Evil 2. However, I do have the downloadable code to get the PlayStation 1 version of the game on my PlayStation 3 because I bought the anthology of Resident Evil 6 back in the fall. So, I played Resident Evil 1, and it was a very, let's put it this way. The people who really are hardcore fans of Resident Evil absolutely loved the playthrough. I live streamed it, and I actually recorded a direct capture and put it on YouTube. People loved it. People said, wow, this is great. Finally we get to see Phil play it. It was funny. It was entertaining because actually I remembered most of the stuff that I was supposed to do for it as well. Without much trouble. Like, none of the puzzles really stumped me because I remembered playing it when I was a kid. Resident Evil 2, I never beat. I only played it for like maybe 2 or 3 hours, and I kind of got bored of it. And I think it's because back then I was a much more impatient gamer, and I was getting into Street Fighter so heavily that it was hard for me to hold my attention to a console game. So I actually never played the vast majority of Resident Evil 2. So which means if I play it, it's going to be a first-time playthrough really for me. I'm not going to know what to do. It could be hilarity. People in the stream chat are going to actually probably have to help me with it because I'm probably going to get lost. It's a very hard game, especially with the tank-like controls and such. So Resident Evil 2 is a candidate. I know, again, Resident Evil 1, not a lot of people really even enjoyed or watched. Resident Evil 2, maybe people would because that's more of a game that people like more than Resident Evil 1. I don't know. I guess we'll have to see, but I wanted to put it in the running. Alright, now the last two are games that I have not had in the polls before. By the way, excuse me because I left my water over here. The last two are games I've never had in the polls before. They're games that I'm interested in playing, but I don't know if anyone else will have interest in seeing me play. The first one might come to a surprise because you might not know that I have this game. I actually was looking for it for quite a long time, and finally I found it at a game exchange in the past year. It is No More Heroes 2 for the Nintendo Wii. Yes, that's right. I played No More Heroes 1, the HD remake, for the PlayStation 3 with the PS Move. It was awful, okay? It played like shit because it was a bad port. From what I've heard, the Wii versions of these games are far superior. No More Heroes 2, from what I'm to understand, they streamlined a lot of stuff. They took out a lot of the boring, repetitive stuff. The game's a lot better than the first one. So I might really enjoy it. And it might be a great opportunity for me to play a game that otherwise I would have missed, because I did actually like No More Heroes 1, except for the really bad parts where the controls just didn't work. So No More Heroes 2 for the Wii. Understand that won't be an HD playthrough, but that's also a candidate. And then last but not least, this is going to be kind of like the redheaded stepchild of the group, and I absolutely know that. But it's been a while since I did a longer RPG-style game. And when I say that, I mean JRPG. Because remember, earlier this year I played Ni no Kuni. There really are, I'm looking at the calendar, no real JRPGs coming out for most of this year. There is one, Tales of Xillia, in August, but that's still a ways off. And so I said maybe this would be the time to maybe start an ongoing playthrough of a game that I really like. And it's Blue Dragon. Blue Dragon was a game that was made by the designers who basically worked on the original Final Fantasy game. So you had the artists of Dragon Ball and the early Dragon Quest games, the guys who worked on early Final Fantasy and also Dragon Quest games, like they all came together to make this entity. And in Japan, Blue Dragon was huge. In Japan, Blue Dragon, not only is there a Xbox 360 game, there was also a spin-off for the Nintendo 3DS, which is in the US but was not a big success. There's a big anime series based off of it. It was huge in Japan. For whatever reason, it didn't really take off in the United States, and I don't understand that because I love the damn game. I played this game so much. Let me give you some perspective. Not only did I play the entire story, I did all the side content. I found every secret boss, did every piece of side content. I leveled up my characters to level 99 and got the achievement for it. I got almost every achievement in the game. So basically, when I played the game, it was like a completionist run because I loved the game so much. Now, for a lot of people, I understand. Oh no, it's a JRPG. It's going to be long. It's going to be grinding. Absolutely. However, here's the deal. Because I now have a streaming presence on Twitch, dun dun dun, what that means is I could potentially be recording and streaming just the story for YouTube, and then maybe at night, when normally I would do my grinding sessions, I could grind it out and jump on Twitch and be grinding on stream. You know what I mean? And how cool would that be? Okay, well at night, if you want to see Phil do some grinding in this game, you can. If you don't want to see it, you don't have to. And, you know, that would be an opportunity. Similar to how I did with Dragon's Dogma last year, where I was grinding at night. I could do that with this game, and you could watch that live on stream. I did that with Ni no Kuni, but I wasn't streaming at that point. That would have been cool if I did that for Ni no Kuni, but I wasn't streaming. So, alright, so those are the candidates. By now, all the annotations are up. So, it's up to you now to vote for the games that you want to see me play. And again, like I said, if you can't click on the annotations, in the description of this video are the links to every one of these games so you can vote, plus the playlist so you can check and see on status on how these are doing. Now keep in mind, they lock at 300 views when they hit 300 views. So you may see something say 300 for a day or two and then they'll really refresh to what they are. The other thing I want to say, you might say, okay, why are some things not in the running? Well, Fallout 3, I already started, as you know. Last week I started Fallout 3. I still have 11 videos I didn't even make live of it yet. That's going to be an ongoing playthrough that I do from time to time when I have time and when I'm feeling like just kind of burn out on everything else and I want to refresh myself. Because that's the kind of game it is. It's a refreshing feeling when you play a great game like Fallout 3. And I really feel that last week it was overload. There were too many videos released of it, but I had nothing else to put out and I wanted to put out content for you every day while I was on vacation. And so that's what happened. But now, you know, now that I'm back and, you know, everything is getting back into the swing of things normal, I think that it's going to be something that's good that I go back to from time to time, and every once in a while I'll be uploading some of that as well. I'll let you know. God, there was another game. Well, everyone, of course, is going to say, what about Phoenix Wright? Phoenix Wright, again, I may or may not go back to it, but it was so taxing on me to do all the voice acting for it, and quite honestly, the last case that I played on it, I didn't like. I did not like that last case. It was too long and drawn out. It was boring. I didn't enjoy the last case. And I kind of grinded my way through it to finish it. It was so fucking long. I'm still kind of turned off to Phoenix Wright. Will I ever go back to it? I'm not saying no, but asking for it repeatedly is just going to be a waste of your time because I'm going to go back to it in my own time. Demon's Souls. A lot of people might say, well, isn't that in the running? Because you have it. I'm playing it already. I'm starting it this week. Demon's Souls will start this weekend, either Friday or Saturday, depending on what day John Rambo is coming to visit, which I don't know yet. So, I'm starting Demon's Souls this week. Therefore, there's no reason for me to put it in a poll because I'm already going to be playing it, okay? The last thing I do want to mention, a lot of people have expressed a feeling for me to get back into Street Fighter. Now that I'm streaming, now that I'm, you know, doing competitive fighting games again, not really competitively, but for example, Injustice, I'm really enjoying the game. People are saying, Phil, we really wish you would get back into it. I have a rough plan that later this year, come this new patch that's supposed to come out for Street Fighter 4, that's supposed to rebalance everything, I may jump back into the game temporarily and see if I like it again. Last time I played it, which wasn't, I'm not even talking the AE patch, it was before AE, back when they rebalanced everything, I'm sorry, back before the 2012 patch. When they rebalanced, and Fei Long was retardedly good for no fucking reason. You know, they just fucked the whole game up, honestly. I really got turned off to it, and that's why I stopped playing it for an extended period of time. If this new version comes out and I read all the changes and everyone's on an equal playing field, maybe I'll get back into it. I don't know, but I'm just saying, throwing that out there, that may be a new series that I do ongoing. Maybe once a week I jump online and I start playing Street Fighter 4, okay? But anyway, I don't know when that patch is coming out. I don't even know if it has a date yet, but that's coming in the future. For now, let's focus on the poll. Sorry this video was so long, but it took that long to explain everything. click and vote and or click and vote. Let's see how this goes this time. If this is successful and we get, a good amount of votes and people are all participating and liking this system because it's here on YouTube, I may use it in the future. Let's see what happens. So thank you everyone for watching the video. I know it was long. Now I'm actually off to film the little mini videos for the things that you'll see when you click on each one. Thank you. Please vote, and I'll see you later.